Hello, Old Bridge. I'm Himanshu Shah, Business Administrator of the Township of Old Bridge. I'm here with our Human Resource Director, Avril Limage. Welcome, Avril.
Hi, thank you.
We're going to cover our hiring process. Avril, can you please briefly outline the role of the Human Resource Department?
Himanshu, the Human Resources Department plays a very critical role in municipal government today. The department is responsible for directing and implementing important policies and procedures in regards to human resource function and the payroll function as well. Some of these include recruitment and onboarding, learning development, employee relations, labor relations, payroll and benefit administration. The list goes on and on. Just to name a few, employee recognition, which is really important that we recognize our employees. We also deal with pension and retirement, and of course, always records management.
Lots of things happening
and the list goes on and on.
And our workforce is over 250 employees, so it keeps you busy.
Definitely, and that's as far as the full-time, plus we have additional with part-time employees as well.
So you mentioned onboarding, so can you explain our hiring process?
Sure. We have a very successful and strategic hiring process, which aims, the mayor wanted to make sure that we had a process that was fair, inclusive, and that will result in us hiring the best, most qualified candidate for the position. So we implemented a two-phase hiring process in which, in the first step, it starts with diverse advertising. Let me step back for a moment. So it starts with diverse advertising so that we are able to get a really good pool of candidates from all over, whether it's New Jersey, we sometimes even get from out of state. So it starts there, and then once we accumulate all the applications at the end of the process, the department head for the department which we're hiring that position, that department head and myself would go through the applications. We would select the candidates who meet the qualifications for the position, and then we would schedule interviews for those people. That's the first step of the interview process. And then after that interview, we would narrow down the applicants to the top candidates, which most time it would be the top 3 candidates. And those candidates would come to a second interview and meet with the mayor and yourself as the business administrator. And that's for all our positions. So we're very consistent with that. And it's very streamlined to make sure that we come out with the best candidate. In the final selection, it ultimately comes down to the mayor and yourself. However, it's with input from the department director, since the position is in that department.
It makes sense that department has a complete role because they have to work with the employees working in their department. So it's a great process. We have been very successful in hiring very qualified candidates. And we also, is that correct, that we also emphasize when we finalize it, an Old Bridge residency is emphasized?
Yes, definitely. We always look for Old Bridge residents. We always invite them to apply whenever we have positions available. Many times candidates who are from the town, they're so much more dedicated to being a part of a successful township.
Great. The hiring a police officer is a different process than hiring a non-police officer. Can you briefly go over the police officers hiring?
Yes, sure. Ultimately, the goal is the same, to achieve and come out with the best candidate for the position. So the police hiring differs in where, of course, advertisement again is the same. We do diverse advertising in different areas by different mediums, whether it's the newspaper or online job boards. So we do, or the League of Municipality. And then for the police, they have a list. They have a testing procedure. So it starts with testing to get on the list. The testing is rigorous. There's the theory, and then there's the practical side of it. If you don't score, you have to score higher than a 70. So after that, there's also alternate route hiring as well, and that's council approved alternate hiring, and that saves us costs and time, because it allows us to put a well-trained, already trained officer directly out on the road, and we don't have to pay for the training and all that. So
and also saves time, because
saves time.
It takes almost a year for a police officer to go through training academy, get to know the town, so it's a great tool that council allow us to use the alternate route.
Yes, and they also have the two-phase interview process as well, with the ultimate final selection by the mayor, of course, with the input of the police management as well.
Great. Does township has an internship program?
Yes, the township has a very structured, very successful internship program. We have one for the college students. The focus of that internship program is to give students an opportunity to work in their field of study, and to make sure that that's something that they want to stay with as a career. Some of them may come in and say yes, they really love it, they're sticking with that career, or say it's not for me and try something different. So that's most of the focus, but it's definitely hands-on, and the internship program is very helpful to us as well, because it allows us to, we have had really good candidates for internships, so much so that we have hired people from that process as well, because we see that they're really great employees, they do a great job, and they can be an asset for us as well. The high school internship program focuses more on giving the students an opportunity to work in an office environment, and to understand the professional expectations of working in an office, and also to see what they might want to major in college. The mayor also wanted them to have an opportunity to get some experience in understanding government, how it works, and perhaps attract them to the public service field, that they may come back after college and apply for positions with the township as well.
I have several good candidates, students from high school working under me, and they were very helpful, so it's a great program.
Yay, Old Bridge High School.
Yes. In 2012, Township Council adopted Antinepotism Ordinance. Please explain, what is Antinepotism Ordinance? What does that mean?
So anti-nepotism is a policy put in place to avoid having relatives of employees being hired, and thereby bringing about conflicts of interest in regards to the recruitment process, salaries, promotion, and all those. So it also allows us to have a really good foundation for hiring the best candidates without having to worry about any influences from employees or officials or any of that sort. So it's an ordinance, and we hold true to it. One of the application questions is, are you related to any employee or elected official of the Township of Old Bridge?
So basically it applies to everyone that are affiliated with the township, employee or elected official.
Yes, that's correct. And the only exception to it, Himanshu, is for seasonal hire. So for permanent hire, that anti-nepotism is in place. But if, say, the only exception is for seasonal hire, for example, summer camp and other seasonal work.
Makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And a policy applies to the police department as well.
It definitely does.
Great. Thank you. If someone is interested in joining our team, where would they find additional information?
So if someone is interested in working for one of the best municipalities in New Jersey, they can certainly go to our website, www.oldbridge.com. On the right side, click on Employment Opportunities, and that will bring them to our employment page. It will list all the jobs that are vacant currently. And they can look and see if there's anything that fits their qualification. Even if they don't see anything right at that time, they're still able to set up an account, putting all their background information. Therefore, in the future, if something comes up that they would like to apply for, they just click on apply, and all their information was already filled out, and we received that application.
It's the entire process is online. They can send their resume, attach their resume with that application.
Yes, and I must say I'm really thankful to the administration for being very technology forward and allowing us to, be able to automate a lot of these procedures and maximize the use of technology, because that has helped us a lot, because we do get a lot of applications for different positions.
Since 2012, Mayor has directed us to see what we can do to diversify our township workforce. Can you give us some efforts and some statistic that you have on how successful we have been?
Yeah, we have been doing really great in regards to diversification. Again, like I said, with starting with the hiring process, with the advertising, it is very important that we focus on using different mediums so that we can attract people from different places. So we use not only our township website, but also Indeed.com, which is all over, and we also use college websites. We utilize the different association websites, newspapers, print and online, so that we can, the New Jersey League of Municipality as well, so that we can attract a wide variety, a diverse group of applicants. So that's one of the major things that we do in order to get that diversification. And we've been very successful in hiring people of different backgrounds. We continue our plan, and we encourage people to apply, because of course we're not able to hire if they don't apply. So it's
or they don't qualify.
Or if they don't qualify, right? Because you have to have the qualification for the position that you are applying for.
So the ultimate goal is to get the best candidate for the township. So.
Definitely.
Thank you, Avril, for the great insight you provided today. And folks, I hope you got a good insight on our hiring procedure and practices. And I'm looking forward to the candidates applying from Old Bridge Township.